We made our largest open source contribution to date to the Rasa framework. And Rasa is one of the world's most used conversational AI frameworks, used by millions of developers around the world. And when we published our article on that recently, we got a lot of requests of people asking us on how we did and what's the story behind it. So here we go.
Conversational AI assistants have been used by businesses widely to provide support for questions that users ask related to their business. So these conversational AI assistants are mostly closed domain, meaning that they need to know about the business, need to have the knowledge about the business so that whenever user asks a question, the chatbots are able to respond to it. Now, Rasa, being one of the most widely used conversational AI framework, wanted to incorporate something called knowledge base. So knowledge base is basically a way for developers to include knowledge about the business. We call this domain knowledge. So this way, the chatbot is able to look at the knowledge base to answer questions asked by the users. And to make things more easier for developers, Rasa also created the knowledge base action module. Now, the knowledge base action module has functions and classes to help developers use that in order to query information from the knowledge base and respond to the users. So Rasa has made these fantastic modules to ensure that developers around the world are able to develop closed domain chatbots for businesses. But there was one significant problem that we faced when we started using these knowledge base actions. So when building the solution, we focused on knowledge base action module. In that module, we refactored the logic that was constraining the user to follow the system of first asking to list restaurant and then querying about an object inside the restaurant type. So once refactoring that logic means we cannot directly do that. We had to make use of Rasa certain components like tracker, which basically keeps track of the conversation, as well as slots, which serves as a bot's memory. So we use some of the functions and alter the behavior slightly in order to make sure that within the bot's memory, we are able to extract what the user's context is about, whether it's about a restaurant or not. And for this, we also added a function that can extract the context of a user's conversation, meaning that initially when the user had to first ask, can you list some restaurant, and then ask about a particular restaurant, we removed that dependency. And when the user can directly ask about a restaurant's name, from the query, we were able to extract the context, meaning that we extracted that the user was talking about the restaurant. So then we had all the relevant information needed to read through the knowledge base and provide the answer to the user. And this is what our high level of the solution looked like.
So when we first made the fix, we made it to our own fork of Rasa so that our internal teams who are using the Rasa framework can use this fix and increase the speed at which they were developing these internal custom chatbots. But then we also realized that this was a long-standing issue in Rasa's community. A lot of developers have mentioned it around the forums, and most of them just resorted to building their own knowledge base, which took a lot of time and effort. So we decided to go ahead and make an open source contribution so that all the developers around the world using Rasa can benefit from our solution.